Welcome to Hodgepodge Australia. Today I'm going to show you how to turn 3 packet mixes into lovely Christmas cakes. Because why have one big cake when you can have 3? I have some Duncan Hines packet mixes. I've got Devil's Food, Red Velvet and French Vanilla, but I'm going to show you how you can up those cakes to something even better. And I'm going to do them in a nice bundt cake. They're a small bundt cake so that you can have 3 and everyone can have a little piece. Start with your French vanilla cake. I am going to melt some white chocolate and add that into the mix, which is going to really lift this cake. So you don't have to just make the cake the way the box says. Add a little bit of something extra in and it really lifts a packet mix. And at this time of year, nobody really has the time to be making these really big elaborate cakes. Well, I know I don't. I've got a lot of shopping to do and a lot of wrapping to do. So I'm going to use packet mixes because it just saves a bit of time. What you do is just make the packet mix as per they say and then melt some white chocolate. As much as you'd like, really. Depends how white chocolatey you want that cake mix to be. Then simply let it come down to room temperature a little bit and then add it into your cake mix. Give it a really good mix through to make sure that that white chocolate flavour gets all the way through your cake mix. That is as simple as it is, but it really makes a difference. So you're not just having just a vanilla cake, you've got this lovely white chocolate flavour through. Then when you're happy with the white chocolate being mixed through, get your lovely greased and floured cake tin. And I've got to say, mine came out of this bundt cake tin really easily. I just sprayed it with some canola spray, I think it was, and coated it in flour, and it really popped out. It was a little bit of a concern because of the pattern on it. I thought something's going to stick somewhere, but make sure you grease and flour it, and it popped right out. Just put that into the oven and just bake it for the regular time. This one was about 35 minutes. Then you can move on to your Devil's Food cake. So I've just made up the batch again, and once again I've greased and floured my tin. And this time I'm going to add in peanut butter. What goes better with chocolate than peanut butter? Not much. I'm trying to think. Nope, I keep coming back to peanut butter. So I'm going to add in half a cup of peanut butter into this mixture, which actually was quite good because I found this Devil's Food cake mix to be quite liquidy. So adding in the peanut butter really thickened it up and gave it a really lovely flavour. So half a cup of smooth peanut butter. You could add crunchy peanut butter into that if you wanted, if you like that crunch in there. My kids not so much, so smooth peanut butter it is. And then give that a really good mix through of your mixture. Pop that into your tin and into the oven for 35 minutes. I'm not actually going to make any changes to the red velvet cake because I think that it's just lovely as it is, so I'm going to make that one up and we're going to put a lovely white chocolate ganache onto the top of it. So bake all your cakes, let them cool, and then decorate your cake board. Now we have our lovely 3 cakes. They've all come out lovely. Our red velvet, our vanilla and white chocolate, and our now chocolate and peanut butter. And I have made up some chocolate ganache, some white chocolate ganache, and some caramel sauce. And if you want the most basic, simple, super easy caramel sauce to make, this is it. It was 75 grams of butter and a quarter of a cup of brown sugar. You just melt the butter at low temperature and stir in the brown sugar. Then I've also crushed up some candy canes, I've crushed up some macadamia nuts, and then I have some lovely blue and white stars for decoration on our chocolate cake. So the last thing we have to do now is just drizzle that ganache on top of our cakes and they're ready to go. Now if you would like a really clean look on your cakes after drizzling it, then do your cakes separately first and then add them onto your board later. But I've done it with them on the board, so there is a little bit of pooling at the bottom. So just be warned, if you want a really lovely clean look, do this on a separate board first and then wait for it to dry and then transfer it. If you don't mind, do it straight onto your cake board. So just get a spoon and drizzle that chocolate ganache on the top, trying to get it to drip down on the outside of the cake and not all the way down on the inside because nobody's going to see that. It's lovely to get that drizzle, and because of the pattern of the bundt cake tin as well, it's all going to slide on those angles down the ripples of the bundt cake. Just finishing off our cake by adding on some accents with these lovely blue and white stars for Christmas time. Next we can move on to our white chocolate vanilla cake, which I have done this caramel sauce for because when people say something like white chocolate cake with caramel sauce and macadamia nuts, well, just sign me up for a plate of that. And you know what? You can even add some cream onto the side because I won't say no. Finish off that cake by sprinkling your crushed macadamias onto the top, and you have another lovely option for your Christmas lunch. What I like about these 3 cakes too is that there's going to be something for everybody. Not everybody likes a chocolate cake, not everybody likes a red velvet cake, not everybody likes a white chocolate cake. You get where I'm going with this. So these being nice and small, and then if everybody likes all 3 of them, they can all have a small piece each. As you can see, I've moved on to the red velvet cake while I've been rambling about eating the cakes, but it's exactly the same. Just drip that white chocolate ganache down on top of your red velvet cake and sprinkle those crushed candy canes onto the top, because that's really going to top off your Christmas cakes. And that is how you make a trio of cakes, super simple, super quick, but super special for Christmas time, which is going to save you time and get you out of the kitchen so you can enjoy Christmas with your families. Thank you so much for watching another Hodgepodge Australia video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you again real soon.